got Pelicans taking on their second team of the day. Just started. First scrum of the match. It's going to be a put in by the Pelicans. Referee doesn't see what he likes. Ball made it in, but immediately was blown down. So we'll see what kind of indication it gives. We're going to re-rack and do it again. Ball is out to the far side. Dummy pass up through the middle. Outrunning his defenders and scoring. Pelicans are first on the board. Five by number 9. That was a pretty slick little move that he made there. Through the dummy pass. Up the defender to commit and kick the gap. Now for the conversion. And it's good. Score 7-0 Pelicans. Get myself rearranged here. This filming scaffolding is not the most stable platform. Doesn't really give me the most width for this tripod either. But we'll make it happen. Kick is away. Tapped into the hands of the Pelican player. Rumbling forward, taking a couple of defenders with him. And the referee deems that a knock. It was off the shoot top, so the scrum half out of the breakdown. Pretty tough pass to make under pressure. Came in a little low, wasn't able to completely gather it up. And immediately tackled. Scrum half on scrum half crime here. The ball is worked back to the near side of the field. And worked out to the support player. Continuing to work the wing. Staying in bounds. Protest by the Pelicans. Play on is the call. Might have had more of a case on that, but we don't seem to have any touch judges in this particular match. Only the referee in the middle. The referee is called a knock on. Ball awarded to the opponent. Fortunately, don't have the name of this particular team to share with you at this time. Although I'm sure you can get that as part of the post-recorded minutes. Ball is put in by the Pelicans. Works it around to the far side. Through the hands. Bounced off to an opponent player. Looking at to the left side of the field. Trying to use all of their support. Bottled up by the defense. Looking at through the hands and manages to drop it straight down. The defender is coming on hard. Pelicans showing some pretty determined defense. Have the speed to cover down just about any area on the field pretty quickly. Haven't really seen too many breakaways in this game. multiple games being played for the number of matches and that action being picked up. Pelicans away with the ball from the scrum, flipping it back to the close side of the field, and makes the gap and makes him pay. Number 11 scores a try. Really nice line, really nice bend on the attempted tackle. Burst through with the speed and in for the try. Unsuccessful attempt. Came up well short. Good line. Probably didn't get the best contact on it. Does seem we do have just recording for now. Yeah. Pelicans kick off from the halfway. Successfully handled by the opponent, running it up the field using a couple of passes, spun down in the tackle. Nice bend. Gains a couple of meters and down in the tackle. Pelicans looking to steal this one on a counter ruck, and they do successfully. Ball carrier did not release the ball in the tackle as he was hemmed up by a couple of defenders, and they effectively created a turnover. Quick tap by the 9, straight ahead, moving to his right, offloads, ball is knocked forward, and kicked forward, effectively ending the play. Referee whistles it back to the mark. Referee will indicate where the penalty occurred by making a mark on the ground with his boot, and that's where the play will resume. Looking for a little bit better area to work with on the field for the scrum. Like to have nice, strong footing in this position for safety, of course. Referee has that discretion. Ball is in, under pressure from the 9, and he decides to kick away, looking for some territory. Put the Pelicans under defense, under pressure, but fielded cleanly, running it back. Nice chip kick over the top, chasing it down by the 7, and bounces a couple of times and goes into touch. Maintaining his position so that there's no quick line out. It was eligible for a quick line out, other than the fact that man was marking. So that prevents it from happening. Heads up play. Many times players tend to give up on the play when the ball goes out of bounds, not realizing there's still things to be done and can be taken advantage of if you're not paying attention. So heads up play there. A little too hard on the toss from the line out, straight to the hands of the number 9 from the Pelicans, rumbling forward, dragging defenders with them, spinning forward. The ball is out. It goes to the opponent in a bit of a scramble. Pelicans manage to reform their defensive line, now shifting over to the far side of the field, but do give up a gap. Ball is intercepted, tapped straight back on full speed. Manages to catch it. Number 19 for the Pelicans. Great play. That was guaranteed a penalty if he wasn't successful in catching that. But the speed of which it happened was what was noticeable. Pelicans defending the put-in. Not sure the penalty, but it is against them, so the referee is giving the ball to yellow, and kind of one of those situations where you try to tackle someone and you knock the ball out of their hands, and I guess in that regard, the referee has deemed it a penalty against the Pelicans, so the opponent's looking to gain some territory by kicking it into touch. Let's see if they can get it into touch. And they do successfully. It lands over the bleachers. So no quick line out for the Pelicans. And being that it's a penalty, it will be a throw into their opposing team. We'll line out to get us restarted here. Lifted to the outside the Pelicans 22. Ball is in. Dragged down by the Pelicans 9 in defense. Through the hands. Once. Brought down. Got a breakdown. Bit of a wide pass. Now through the hands, working it. Looking it across the field, left to right. Pelican player made a great adjustment on his tackle. Brought it down below the shoulders. Opponent still with the ball, driving towards the try zone, moving to the right. Now moving to the left. Through the hands once, twice, and again. And a great tackle. Pops the ball right out. Pelicans manage to recover it, and they're on the move. Offload by the big man, number 8. Referee is called a knock-on. And that is the half. Pelicans are up on their opponent. Second game of the tournament. Here we are, start of the second half. Pelicans match number 2. Receiving. Referee has signaled a knock-on by the kicking team. Touch Jones and cowboy boots. Hey, whatever it takes. We're happy to have them. Pelicans will have the put in at the scrum. On the other side of their own 22-meter line. Not quite to the halfway. And the ball is dug out by the scrum half, works it around the corner to the 10, who kicks a pretty aggressive grubber to work it past the defense, and it was quite well, but it did go into touch. Unfortunately, someone was offside. Someone from the defense was offside. So the referee has brought the ball back to that spot. So they did lose a little bit of yardage, but they kept the ball, so that's actually a gain. And they're able to intentionally kick it to touch and get it straight into touch, gaining territory. So in the end, took a couple of different iterations, but they got what they wanted as far as territory and possession. On the left side of the field, the grubber went to the right and pretty much went about the same distance. But they got the ball and an overthrow, but still to hand by the Pelicans. Bumping off one tackler and offload goes backwards. Referee says play on. Brought down on the tackle. Knock on. So the ball is going to go to the Pelicans. So it made it difficult for the scrum half to really bring it in. I believe was that knock on. But because it was by the defense, the Pelicans will retain possession. Now they're putting up the scrum. They do seem to be able to maintain and continue to win their own scrums that they put in and occasionally steal one. Pretty tough in a 5-man scrum. You don't have nearly the time to apply the power. Here we go, 9 to 10, out to 11, actually 12, 13, out to the winger, wearing 19, cutting it back inside, offloads to 7, who's streaking up the sideline and in for a try. Okay. So he has indicated the try was awarded. The way he walked and pointed so aggressively, I thought for a second he was actually indicating a penalty and bringing the ball back as if potentially, number 7 had stepped out of bounds, stepped into touch on his way up the sideline, and had been indicated, but that's not the case. And I believe the kick was unsuccessful. If the try was awarded, They just wanted to go to the farthest point to get that angle for the kick, which I do not believe was successful. Leading up to this event, things have been pretty interesting as far as the weather, but all day it's actually been a beautiful little breeze, really keeping the humidity down. It's somewhat overcast, so the sun's not directly on us. Great firm field, plenty of speed out here. Pelicans moving it right to left, and able to bring it down cleanly is the first receiver. So the ball will go to the opponent. In the match next to this one, referees handing out some discipline and ensuring that he keeps firm control of the match. So you want to pick that up. Our own match here. Pelicans have defended the scrum. And the 9 gets it out to the 10. 10's behind the player. Offloads. Ends up going, bouncing, and kicked into touch by one of the Pelican players in defense. So the opponent will have to throw in at the line out. Pelicans will be defending, but they did manage to make it just a little bit further from the try line. Ball is up and in. Comes down to the first receiver and falls out through the hands. 1, 2, 3 passes. Ending up tackled by 2 defenders. Working it back to the middle of the field. Spinning. Trying to gain some yardage here. Tacklers are holding him up. Able to offload. Starting to use some speed, turns the corner, and the sweeper is able to successfully bring him down, cutting his legs out from underneath of him. Pretty good play. Usually don't want to go heads up too much. And that is a penalty to the Pelicans. Didn't catch the signal for what the infraction was, but the referee did award the penalty, and in fact awarded a second penalty for not retreating the mandatory 10 yards immediately. And so the Pelicans moved forward 10 yards on the secondary penalty. Quick tap to the first receiver, running straight ahead, cutting out to the outside, running over a player and taking 3 defenders down with him. Through the hands, working it to Sam, working it to the outside. Preston's on the outside, lots of room, going to have to cut it back inside. Offloads, does not go to hand. Picked up by the defenders and now running it back after the Pelicans. Starting to work the ball from the near to the far side of the field, looking for some space, working around the corner. Continuing to move the ball through the hands. Is successfully brought down once again. Number 20, nice tackle. Starting to break through a little bit here, getting closer. Now on the inside of the Pelicans 22, passed back out. Skips the first man to the second. Hesitates. And is held up, but is still driving. Pelicans looking to set up their defensive shift, maintain that good formation. Initially, the defender got sucked inside, but he had coverage from the backside. Penalty against the Falcons. Near the middle of the field. Quick tap by the opponent. Offload, looking to exploit a gap. A couple of missed tackles through miscommunication. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes. Preston, in fact, from behind, chased the player down and stripped him of the ball before he could actually dot it down in the try zone. So, ball goes to the Pelicans. And that 100% comes from the effort of that individual to not give up. Even though the guy was in the try zone, he still stripped him of the ball before he could actually score the try. Pelicans with the ball to put in at the 5. Devon gives a signal, puts the ball in. Up against the uprights. We actually have a equipment failure because of the force that was applied in the bodies getting bumped. It actually broke the upright. Referee deems it unnecessary to repair it at this time, so let's keep going. Looking at the scrum, moving to the far side of the field, the short side. Bobbles the pass, but does manage to bring in cleanly and score the try. Pretty difficult to defend those 5-meter scrums that are attacking. Kick is away and is unsuccessful. Didn't see any indication from the touch judge, which signifies that the kick is no good on the attempt. Quick kick for a restart. Out on the wing, back inside. Devon held it up nicely. Managed to mix up 14 and 23, but I've got a good look. Devon is playing 14 out on the wing, holding his position. Ball comes back inside. Continuing to quick punch around the corner. Moving to the far side of the field, bumps one off, dragging a defender, flipping over near the try zone, looking to punch in. Referee signals a penalty. At the 5-meter mark. Not rolling away by the defense. They're kind of being a little lazy in the breakdown area. And he drives forward and gets the score. Right side of the uprights. So a couple of quick tries here. From some open gaps, some missed communication happening. Not sure who's going to make the tackle. Nobody makes the tackle. Kind of stuff. Successful with the conversion attempt. And that is the end of the match.